What's it like for you to be living through this right now?
I have to tell you, it's just a great time in my life. I'm really happy.
Tom Cruise's violent tirade, which included attacks on Brooke Shields and Matt Lauer over pharmaceuticals and psychiatry, was long overdue, shocking millions of people when the tape was leaked. Cruise has paid a heavy price for his extreme actions. We take a look at his most divisive moments today to see how they may have contributed to this, his last farewell. Tom Cruise's resiliency and strength of character were both molded by his difficult upbringing in Syracuse, New York, where he was born on July 3, 1962. He had to go to 15 different schools in 14 years since his family was always on the road. In addition, he had dyslexia, a disability that may have hindered his progress, but instead motivated him to strive for even greater heights. Even as a 14-year-old, Cruise enrolled at a Franciscan seminary in pursuit of a life as a Catholic priest. Acting sparked a fire in him, and he discovered his actual love, but all changed when he participated in a school production of Guys and Dolls. His destiny was put in motion by a knee injury that interrupted his wrestling dreams, which drove him into more dramatic roles. After convincing himself he had 3 years to establish himself as an actor, Cruise took a huge gamble when he relocated to New York City with only $500 when he was 18 years old. He was determined to succeed in whatever he tried, and he would abandon ship if he failed. He admitted that he had to eat nothing more than rice and ketchup on certain days due to his inability to purchase anything else, and did odd jobs including busboying, wiping tables, and lugging baggage just to get by. In 1983, he had his breakthrough role in the film Risky Business. Cruise became a household name after starring as Joel Goodson in the blockbuster that grossed more than $63 million. He received his first Golden Globe nomination for an impromptu performance in which he danced in his underpants to classic rock and roll. The scene became so iconic that it even became a fashion trend. Top Gun, released in 1986, catapulted Cruise to even greater fame. With a production budget of under $15 million, the film made almost $356 million globally. Pete Maverick Mitchell, a fighter pilot, was the character he played in the movie. Cruise got his pilot's license and even flew F-14 aircraft on set, an experience so intense it left him sick to his stomach, all to give the part a more realistic feel. Not only did Top Gun rule the box office, but it also increased sales of Ray-Ban aviator sunglasses by 40% and prompted a 500% increase in the number of young men joining the Navy. Remarkably, Cruise turned down Top Gun 3 times before taking the part after discovering he could pilot actual combat aircraft. His decision highlighted his passion for adventure and daring, which would shape his professional life. He collaborated with Paul Newman in Martin Scorsese's The Color of Money, 1986, which was directed by Scorsese in the late 1980s, further demonstrating his versatility. The picture was a smashing success and Newman won an Oscar, all because he was able to hold his own in a dramatic performance opposite one of Hollywood's most revered performers. In the late 80s, Cruise made 2 more impactful films that propelled him to acting superstardom. Together with Dustin Hoffman, he was a star in the 1988 film Rain Man. The picture, which was nominated for 4 Oscars, including Best Picture, starred Tom Cruise as the self-centered Charlie Babbitt, who learns that his brother Raymond has autism. Months of preparation, including interviewing families impacted by autism, went into Cruise's portrayal of Charlie's emotional shift from cold and selfish to compassionate and protective. Rain Man made $354 million, proving that all of that effort was worthwhile. A year later, he played the part of Kovich, a disabled Vietnam War veteran who strives for peace after becoming a paraplegic. After months of working closely with Kovich and enduring nerve damage in his arms from living in a wheelchair, Cruise received his first Oscar nomination for his unwavering commitment. The authenticity of Cruise's portrayal led many veterans to assume that he was really paralyzed in the film. In addition to Cruise's Golden Globe, the picture earned $161 million. One of Hollywood's top performers, Cruise solidified his position in the 1990s. In the $243.33 million courtroom drama, A Few Good Men, 1992, he starred as Lieutenant Daniel Caffey, a military lawyer, and he sparkled. It was proven that Cruise could handle serious parts in the difficult Truth Scene with Jack Nicholson, which was recorded in one take after weeks of rehearsal. The next year, in 1996, Cruise starred as a troubled sports agent searching for meaning in Jerry Maguire. His second Academy Award nomination came from this film, which grossed $273.6 million. To be ready for the part, he learned how to negotiate contracts, went to NFL games, and shadowed actual sports agents. Thanks to their memorable improvised performance, Cruise and Cuba Gooding Jr. as Show Me the Money moment became a global sensation. In the 90s, Cruise's personal life was mostly centered around his marriage to Nicole Kidman. They tied the knot on December 24, 1990, after meeting on the set of Days of Thunder in 1989. Isabella and Connor were adopted in 1992 and 1995, respectively. While they were having trouble conceiving, Kidman came up about her ectopic pregnancy and subsequent miscarriage. Additionally, the two shared the screen in 3 films: Days of Thunder, 1999, Far and Away, 1992, and Eyes Wide Shut, 1999. It was difficult to film Eyes Wide Shut since the production dragged on for more than 400 days, separating the couple from their children in England. At the decade's close, Cruise had established himself as one of Hollywood's most prominent performers, thanks to critically acclaimed and commercially successful films. His breakthrough as an action star came with the 1996 release of Mission Impossible. Not only did Cruise star in and produce the picture via his own firm, CRW Cruise Wagner Productions, but it was also based on a 1966 TV series, making it a significant gamble for Cruise. Cruise wanted to do all the stunts himself since he is known to be extremely detail-oriented. It took 15 days to film a famous scene in which he is dangling from a wire in a secure vault. Despite an initial production budget of $80 million, the film grossed $45.4 million in its first weekend, going on to earn $457.7 million globally and kickstarting an era of unprecedented box office success. Mission Impossible films starring Tom Cruise have grossed over $3.5 billion worldwide. In Ghost Protocol, 2011, Cruise climbed the world's highest skyscraper. In Rogue Nation, 2015, he clung to an airplane. War of the Worlds, 2005, Vanilla Sky, 2001, The Others, 2001, and others were all produced by Cruise's production business. The films produced by his studio have amassed $2.9 billion by 2006. But not everything was peachy. His questionable behavior, including remarks against Scientology and psychiatry, led Paramount to cancel their affiliation with his firm in 2006. Cruise, unfazed, wasted little time getting United Artists back on its feet by striking a new arrangement with MGM. On the set of Eyes Wide Shut, 1999, he collaborated with Stanley Kubrick, and on the set of Minority Report, 2002, and War of the Worlds, 2005. He worked with Steven Spielberg. The latter of these two films grossed more than $600 million. Relationships and Cruise's ties to Scientology are two aspects of his private life that have long attracted media attention. Everyone was taken aback by his shocking 2001 divorce from Nicole Kidman. The couple had been married for 11 years and had even renewed their vows 2 months prior to declaring their separation. Kidman was unknowingly pregnant when the divorce began, which added an extra layer of sadness to an already difficult situation. Shortly after, she had a miscarriage, further exacerbating the agony. The timing felt off. After just 11 months of court proceedings, Cruise requested shared custody of their adopted children, Isabella and Connor, claiming irreconcilable differences. Their split was said to have been heavily influenced by Scientology. Reportedly, Cruise, a devout Scientologist, thought Kidman was a suppressive person, a label Scientologists use to describe someone they feel hinders personal development. After the event, A high-ranking Scientologist said that the church had actively sought to divert the children's attention away from Kidman. One of the biggest divorce settlements in Hollywood at the time was $33 million, which Kidman earned as part of the massive financial settlement. They also needed a plan for dividing their pricey real estate, which included houses in Colorado, Los Angeles, and Sydney. Following that, they chose to remain silent on the details of what transpired. In April 2005, following his divorce from Kidman, Cruise started seeing Katie Holmes. This happened exactly 1 month after Holmes ended her engagement to actor Chris Klein. Cruise made an appearance on The Oprah Winfrey Show just 7 weeks after their engagement, during which he memorably sprang onto Oprah's yellow sofa and yelled out his love for Holmes. Many people made fun of this incident since it went down in history. Cruise proposed to Holmes at the Eiffel Tower in Paris in June 2005, only 2 months into their relationship, with a $275,000 diamond ring. They tied the knot at a stunning Italian castle on November 18, 2006, at a cost of $3 million. Holmes wore a gown adorned with Swarovski crystals, while Cruise sported an Armani tuxedo. As evidence of the profound impact his beliefs had on his life, the event was officiated by a Scientology minister. Their marriage eventually got troubled by Scientology, though. Word on the street was that Holmes had to adhere to the stringent regulations set forth by the Scientology Church and was never seen without a chaperone. Behind the scenes, the pair was breaking apart, despite their outward displays of happiness, such as strolling red carpets together and professing their love for one another. Divorce papers were filed by Katie on June 29, 2012. Reports that Cruise saw their daughter Suri very little added gasoline to the public fire, and the process was swift. Just 11 days after filing, they struck an agreement. Mimi Rogers, Cruise's first wife, introduced him to Scientology in 1986, marking the beginning of his involvement with the religion. He had dyslexia and said that the study tools offered by Scientology helped him get over it. In 1990, only 4 years after beginning his Scientology journey, Cruise had accomplished a significant milestone known as Clear, a testament to his profound involvement. Despite the dissolution of his marriage to Mimi in 1990, he remained devoted to Scientology. He began as a mere member but became the church's public face in the early 2000s as his devotion developed. His use of his celebrity to promote Scientology and defend its beliefs caused quite a stir at times. His passionate Scientology views were many people's first guess when he leaped onto the couch in 2005 to declare his love for Katie Holmes during an appearance with Oprah Winfrey. Later that year, he had a heated debate with Matt Lauer on the Today Show over psychiatry, during which he criticized antidepressants and even said that Brooke Shields was wrong to use them. He called psychiatry pseudoscience. These comments further cemented Cruise and Scientology's contentious reputation. In addition to his TV ads, Cruise sought to recruit Will Smith and David Beckham as Scientologists, and in 2003, he established a Scientology mission in Syracuse, New York, his birthplace. A private video showing him vehemently supporting Scientology and making hostile comments against psychiatry went viral in 2008 nevertheless and caused a great deal of controversy. His reputation took a further hit once the video went viral, coinciding with the publication of a book that was critical of his religious affiliation. The spotlight moved from War of the Worlds to Cruise's private life on May 23, 2005, while he was promoting the film on The Oprah Winfrey Show. He sprang onto Oprah's yellow sofa at 42 years old and said, "I'm in love." He even went down on one knee, shocking the live crowd as well as the millions of viewers at home. A total of 1,743 stories were published about the incident in the span of a week, and the video became viral on YouTube, amassing over 14 million views. The incident was subsequently parodied in other media outlets. Paramount Pictures, which had collaborated with Cruise for 14 years, severed ties with his production firm in August 2006 when his Q score dropped from 48 to 31. After that, in June 2005, Cruise stirred up trouble once again when he criticized Brooke Shields' use of medications to treat postpartum depression after her baby was born in 2003. He argued that vitamins and exercise were superior alternatives to antidepressants and that psychiatry had no scientific foundation in an interview with Access Hollywood. On July 1, 2005, Shields responded with a strong op-ed in the New York Times. She wrote, "I'm going to take a wild guess and say that Mr. Cruise has never suffered from postpartum depression." Her piece received 1.2 million views in a single day. Down Came the Rain, her memoir, detailed her struggles with postpartum depression. In the same year, during another visit on The Today Show on June 28, 2005, Cruise got into an angry dispute with Matt Lauer over psychiatry, interrupting Lauer many times and questioning his knowledge of the topic. "I came across as arrogant. I absolutely could have handled that better," Cruise said, during a December 15, 2008 comeback appearance on The Today Show 3 years after the incident. A videotape of Cruise berating Mission Impossible 7 crew members went viral on December 15, 2020, after many years had passed. It all started when he noticed 2 crew members disobeying COVID-19 safety standards by standing too near. He yelled out, "We are the gold standard. They're making movies in Hollywood right now because of us, and we are creating thousands of jobs." The tape went viral, with over 10 million views in 2 days, and he used the F-word 21 times. His tough safety position garnered 58% of the vote in favor, while 42% thought he had gone too far. 5 crew members left after the outburst, while just 12 of the 500 people involved with the production tested positive for COVID-19. To ensure that production could go on without more shutdowns, Cruise justified his conduct in an interview he gave in May 2021, stating, "I said what I said. There was a lot at stake," and clarifying that his wrath was focused only at a small number of people. Complex relationships on set are another thing for which Cruise is famous. In order to put his young co-star Jonathan Lipnicki at ease on Jerry Maguire, 1996, he would spend hours with him, even playing games in between takes. But not everything went swimmingly on set. Rumor has it that Brad Pitt's strained relationship with the actor contributed to a downbeat vibe during filming of Interview with the Vampire, 1994. He supposedly warned an actor, "If you don't do it, you're fired." On Edge of Tomorrow, 2014, for example, Cruise recalled asking Emily Blunt to slap him harder during a scene, which led to unexpected laughter. His on-set anecdotes have become legendary, including his insistence on using real swords in The Last Samurai, 2003, and his narrow escape from injury, his months-long training to hold his breath underwater for more than 6 minutes in Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation, 2015, and his role in Top Gun, Maverick, 2022. The various scandals that have dogged Tom Cruise throughout his career have been fuel for his insatiable need for achievement and his fearlessness in taking chances. Cruise is one of the most fascinating and divisive people in Hollywood, thanks to his breakout role in Risky Business, the explosive action in Mission Impossible, and his equally dramatic personal life.